Hello, this is Miquel Campos. Welcome to another video. In this video, it's slightly different from the videos that I used to do, where I speak and record the video at the same time. Here I have something that I pre-record, and I'm gonna put a voiceover, so it's a bit more easy to watch while it's not too long. So in this case, it's just speed up like 9 times faster. It's around 50 minutes process that it's now compressed to around 5 minutes. So in this case, I'm just applying a quick basic biped to this character from Luis Elias. And the first thing I'm doing is just readjusting my guide, and I did a slightly change on the guide on the spine. So I replaced the folded spine by the S-shaped spine, and I just adjusting to the morphology of this character. In this case, he has 3 fingers instead of 5 fingers. It's not like complete rig. I mean, it doesn't have facials or the foot fingers. It's just like to have something rough and quick to probably test the model, and maybe if you need to start something on like layout or things like that. So it's not like a complete rig, but you can see what you can accomplish like in a really short time. And I'm just adding the eyes here because I didn't have eye to put a reference there, and my jaw that I didn't make any skinning at the end on the jaw. Just I place it there for future rigging. So here I'm just placing the fingers, try to search for landmarks on the model, so I can place my fingers. Some of the landmarks of the fingers are really clear in this model because they're like really bony ones. But yeah, it's only 3. I mean, it's 1 phalange less on the finger, so it's not like the human finger, at least what I understood from the model. As you can see in the right side that I show my Camtasia recording timing, so you can track how long it takes. Now I'm adjusting the shape of the contours after I finish my guide placement. So I always try to keep the controls as accessible as possible by clicking directly on the 3D viewport, so you don't need any synoptic or picker to access the controls, especially the main controls. And also they must be readable. I mean, it just like you need to understand what it does just by watching the control. Here I'm just reconfiguring again my last option so I don't forget anything, like some of the parts on the arms and some other areas. And yeah, so I'm just save all my controls and start skinning. So you can see I start skinning after 30 minutes, start on the guide placement, and I go with my favorite skinning tool, that it's mGear tools. And the first thing you see here is I'm struggling a little bit to place my initial skinning here on the spine, and I was not sure the algorithm how it apply when I use the edit weights assigns to the joints. So I found out that just removing the latest one on the spine, I was giving what I needed, and then I added the latest one. I guess maybe the guide, I mean the shape of the model or something was affecting, but I'm always looking to have this like, if you think like in tubes, so I try to search first for the big tubes like the body, the spine, the arms, and then I go for smaller tubes, like in this case the fingers. So it's very rough. The model it's still also work in progress, so it's not the final model. It's just to have an approximation. And as you can see, I just brute force select my points and try to search the areas that affects for one joint, and just replace everything to one joint. I use a lot the edit weights, so I can apply more than one joint at a time. And now I'm doing the foot, so that's it's straightforward. So I spent like around 10 minutes, you can see here, doing this thing, and I do a test pose. So I did a really mistake here, so I'm just gonna copy paste the the points from one joint to another, and that's it. I mirror out again. So after I do that, I do a duplication of my layer as a backup, and just a smooth brute force everything. So the skinning is just like a temporal thing. It's not like something I pretend to go and finish the model with it one. It's just to check it out everything. I was trying to pull here a little more from the chest muscles to be pulled by the shoulder. So I exported my skin cluster, and it took a little to export since the model is quite high resolution. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. See you in the next video. Bye bye.